In this video, we're going to go over how to choose the right major. So whether you're just starting out, still trying to figure out what you want to study, or you're a few classes into your college career and you're not sure that you picked the right major, this video is for you. And it's time to start thinking about your future and making decisions that will have an impact on it. I think one of the most common pieces of advice that you hear from people who are trying to help you pick a major is find something that you're interested in. But here's the problem with that advice. When I heard it, it didn't really help me. Like, I knew I liked reading and writing, but does that translate to anything? Does it translate to a career that I can actually have? So instead of just saying pick something that you're interested in, let's take it one step further and actually figure out how to pick the right major for you. So the first step is identifying your interests. Now, if you don't know what you're interested in, that's okay. Just try to think of any hobbies that you have, any classes that you've enjoyed in high school, or maybe even any YouTube channels that you watch. Okay, now take those things and put them into categories. So for example, if you like to read thrillers and mysteries, then maybe you're interested in criminal justice or psychology. If you love watching YouTube videos about space, then maybe you're interested in astrophysics. You see how this works? Maybe you like building computers and playing video games. Then you might be interested in computer science. You get the idea. This should be pretty easy to do. And if you're really stuck, then just pick a few things that you like and then research different careers that you could potentially have with those interests. The next step is figuring out what careers align with your interests. Now, once you have all of your potential interests written down, it's time to research different career options for each of them. Here's where you can use websites like the Bureau of Labor Statistics to find median salaries, the job outlook, and a list or the major or degree that people usually have in order to work in that profession. So you can use this website to compare different career options and then make a decision about which ones you want to pursue. Once you know what careers you're interested in, it's time to look at the majors offered at the schools that you're considering applying to. So look at the course requirements for each major and ask yourself, does this sound interesting to you? Does this sound like something that you would enjoy studying for 4 years? Also, will this major prepare you for the careers that you want to pursue? It's important that you choose a major that will open doors for you after graduation. And there are some majors out there that just aren't as valuable as others. There are some majors that almost guarantee you a job in today's economy. And these include nursing, engineering, computer science, and economics. So if you're unsure about what you want to study, then maybe consider picking one of these majors since they tend to have higher earning potential and better job security. Now, of course, you should also consider your strengths when choosing a major. You want to choose something that plays to your strengths rather than trying to improve on your weaknesses. Let me give you an example of what I mean by this. If you hate writing, then don't choose a major that requires a lot of writing. Instead, choose something that doesn't require as much writing. You get the idea. Don't choose a major just because you think that it'll make you smarter or more knowledgeable. Choose a major based on your interests and strengths. This will make it more likely that you'll succeed in your studies and land a good job after graduation. Next, you need to talk to people in your potential majors. One of the best ways to get information about a potential major is to talk to someone who is currently studying it or has recently graduated from it. So reach out to your school's career services office and ask if they can connect you with alumni from different majors. You can also reach out to professors in your potential majors and ask if you can sit in on one of their classes for a day so you can get a feel for what it's like to be a student in that major. By talking to people in your potential majors, you'll get real insights into what it's like to study that subject. They can tell you about the workload, the types of assignments you can expect, and whether or not they feel that the major prepared them for their career. Now, I know that this sounds like a lot of work, but trust me, it's worth it. Choosing a major is a big decision, and you want to make sure that you're choosing the right one. So don't be afraid to reach out and ask questions. People are usually happy to help, especially if you're polite and respectful when you ask them. Another thing that you need to consider is the size of the department. A large department is more likely to have resources such as career counseling and internship opportunities. You also want to consider the location of the department. Is it in a building that's easy to get to? Is the department close to other departments that you may want to double major in or minor in? These are all important factors to consider when choosing a major. Finally, you want to make sure that you have a backup plan in case your first choice does not work out. This could be another major, or it could be a career that you'd like to pursue. Remember, it's okay to change your mind. In fact, it's actually pretty common for students to change their majors at least once while they're in school. so don't feel bad if you decide to switch gears. It's better to change your major sooner rather than later so that you can still graduate on time. If you followed all of these steps, then you should be well on your way to choosing the perfect major for you. Remember to follow your interests, talk to people in your potential majors, and have a backup plan in place just in case. Now, what if you've already started your college career and you're realizing that you picked the wrong major? Well, don't worry. It happens to the best of us. The first thing that you need to do is identify the reasons why you're unhappy with your major. Is the coursework too difficult? Are you bored with the material? Or do you just not see yourself working in that field after graduation? Once you know why you're unhappy, you can start to brainstorm solutions. If the coursework is too difficult, then you may want to consider switching to a different major that's a little bit easier. Or if you're just bored with the material, then maybe you just need to pick a different area of study within your current major. For example, if you're majoring in history but you're bored with European history, then maybe you should switch your focus to American history. You also might want to consider adding a minor that will complement your major. This is a great way to make your degree more marketable to employers. And it's also a good way to show your potential employers that you're willing to put in the extra effort to make yourself more competitive. Ultimately, the decision of whether or not to switch majors is up to you. There's no right or wrong answer. But by following the tips above, you can make a decision that's right for you. Remember to weigh the pros and cons carefully and choose what's best for your future. And I hope this video helped you out. If it did, please leave a like and subscribe so you can see more videos like this. And until next time, good luck with everything.